Hey there, Internet dwellers! I am logon411, and welcome to 2017. That's right, a new year. Now we can put aside 2016, which was the previous year, and now we can focus on the year ahead that is now. And really, all I had to say about all of that is thank God! I expected it to be more sunny, just to convey the hallelujah, to make it more sunny, just to shine in my face where I almost go blind, yeah, just to convey how much this is a great thing of what I just said, how great it was, but it wasn't. It's not dark, but mellow, like yes. And the reason why I convey that it's such a good thing that 2016 is a thing of the past now is because looking back on 2016, it, to say shortly, was a very interesting year for a great many of us. But 2016 was last year. Now it is 2017, and let's try our best to make 2017 the best year possible. But we're not going to talk about 2017, no. We are going to talk about other things, more things that are related to 2016. And that is the topic that brings a lot of people to say how 2016 is the worst year ever in recent memory. And that topic is the movies of 2016. How many people said like 2016 stood down as like one of the worst years for movies. I would say, yeah, there were a lot of bad movies in 2016. Then again, there were a lot of bad movies in 2015 also, and there are a lot of bad movies in 2014. I wouldn't call 2016 for having a lot of bad movies, making it the worst year for movies. No, I'd really call 2016 a year of disappointments for movies. By that I mean a lot of blockbusters, a lot of movies that had people really, really hyped, but a lot of them ended up just disappointing and didn't really live up to the expectations for a lot of the viewers there. But as every year really goes, where there are bad movies, there's also great movies. I've trailed off enough on this intro, and why don't we just get to the show? So, with that said, here is my top 5 favorite movies of 2016. Number 5. Deadpool. At first, I actually didn't really have Deadpool in this spot. Originally, I had in my mindset to place Rogue One, a Star Wars story, to be at the number 5 spot. And through proper analyzing through what I saw with Rogue One, I later realized that by no means is Rogue One a bad movie or a terrible movie, far from it. It's a really, really great and incredible movie. But it really just has a okay first and second half, but a phenomenal third act. But when remembering that about the movie, I realized that is not enough to make it onto a 5th spot on a list compared to a bunch of other great movies that came out back in 2016. Deadpool, on the other hand, had a film that all the way through was just so amazing, so spectacular, just all the way through, just entertaining to say the least. And because of Barack, a ton of Deadpool fans were demanding a proper portrayal and proper respect on the big screen of a character that a lot of people love. But me, Was I overhyped for it? Well, if you know me, yes, I can get overexcited for a lot of things, yes. I didn't keep my hopes up too much because me, like a lot of people, still were just like disgusted to what the studio and what Fox did to the character and how disrespectful they were to not just the fans, but just to the lore of the character. But by the time of the film's release, it amazed practically everyone for how shockingly good, not just good, how fantastic and how great it was to see a movie that got built up so much and got so much hype lived up to a bunch of people's expectations. I can definitely say that this film is the best and most accurate portrayal of any comic book character, not just from costume alone. If there's one movie that I would say holds like my least favorite genres ever, that award would definitely go to Deadpool, because it's a movie that has like a mix of things that draw me away, and that is raunchy comedy, like really raunchy, and also second, violence like Quentin Tarantino violence or slasher horror movie kind of violence. And I can't explain in proper words to describe how it's possible that like in any other raunchy comedy or in any other like blood-fest violent film, but I somehow get into it with Deadpool. But my theory is like I think the biggest thing why Deadpool drew me so much while other films that's similar to Deadpool didn't was because of the character of Deadpool and how fascinating of a character he is. And I feel like this film like really explored a character like Deadpool / Wade Wilson and really made him more complex. Yeah, I can't really explain why I enjoyed Deadpool when it does stuff that other films that I don't love have also done. But I think the biggest reason that I think might be the biggest reason why I draw more to Deadpool than other films similar to it is because of really the character initially. Ryan Reynolds plays Wade Wilson like he's playing a violin. It's so perfect. I really do strongly believe that Ryan Reynolds was just put on this earth just so that he can play Deadpool. But it's not just Ryan Reynolds acting I love. It's just the quips. It's just the comedy. Deadpool really is one of the best comedies of 2016 that I ever saw. Not a hard concept to figure out. Deadpool is amazing. Go watch it. If you haven't watched it already, what are you doing with your life? Just go see it. Just go see it. And if you're that kind of person nowadays that is really tired of seeing the same cliched old storylines in all these superhero movies that we're seeing so many times right now, why don't you slip this into your DVD or Blu-ray player and catch a little glimpse on your screen, something a little bit different to put into the mix of the superhero genre. Number 4. A rifle. From all the past alien movies that we've had previously, this movie I'd actually rank up with the sci-fi alien films that aren't just your alien visiting Earth film. No, this is ranked up with one of those sci-fi films like that that's much more. But before I go into more detail on what I mean, I think it makes sense really to talk about the plot and the summary and the story of this film. So, here I go. Amy Adams plays a woman who's hired by government officials to go speak to aliens who many American citizens and just citizens of the world believe that these aliens are down here just to possibly destroy or cause harm to anything living on Earth. actually, I think that's the whole plot. I think I just summarized it all right there. It's very hard to understand how someone possibly could manage to make a sci-fi alien film be one of the most realistic looking films of 2016, but this film managed it. All the characters' motives, what they decide, like what the world's decision, like what the world's thoughts are, I could really see it being thought of today, and I could really see it happening in today's world and the world that we live in. All the characters' motives and what they decide to do all seems believable, and I completely really understand everyone's viewpoints that's featured in the film. And that in part is due to some great acting performances by, of course, Amy Adams, who, in my mind, is giving a performance that I would rank up there with the top 5 performances of her career. And of course a great performance by Jeremy Renner and Forest Whitaker. And the cinematography? It's the director of Prisoners and Sicario. Of course the cinematography is going to be good. But if you watch those movies and just thinking in your head what the director could do with sci-fi, those expectations that you have live and just go above what you were expecting from the director. The cinematography is so beautiful, especially particularly the shots that are showing a low angle shot where you get to see above the space shuttle from the alien, and that just makes it so grand scale. And I don't want to describe in full detail about the design of the aliens, because I've seen a good fair share of original designs for aliens, although I really applaud anyone who can come up with a design for an alien that isn't just a design of a green small figure with googly black soulless eyes. Not to explain much detail, but these aliens that are featured in the movie are very tentacle or squid-like. And it was very clever in the way that they contrived the aliens' movements in each scene that they have with the characters. All those are great factors for what makes the film great, but the one thing that really sold me on this film and what really absolutely made me sure that I wanted to put this movie on my list was because of one aspect, and that is the writing of dialogue. If there's one theme of this movie, it's communication. This film is all about communication, and if any of you really know me, you know, like, that one of the things that I really look for in a film is great dialogue. You can kind of see that in some of my own scripts and own stories that I make myself. Just the way that just not two characters, but two different beings can communicate with each other, it just fascinates me just so wholeheartedly. And I've seen a lot of films that really discuss the nature of communicating with someone. The first movie that comes up the top of my head that I can think of that's like that also talks about communication, is a movie that I put on my list of last year's favorite movies of mine, which was Ex Machina, which also talks about, like, talking to people, and it's just a film of just talking. But this is a film I feel like delves into that even more so. It doesn't just talk about communicating with another person. No, it's talking about communicating with someone, not just from learning a different language, but trying to communicate with someone from an unknown language. A language that no one else really knows how to understand, and what it means to communicate with someone like that, and how doing that can really benefit a big situation that you can do. I can't pick a favorite scene in the movie. There's just so many. My favorite scene in this whole movie is the whole movie. The whole movie is my favorite scene, so don't bother asking me that. I don't think you want anyway, but still. Although, truth be told, I've only watched this movie once. And, like, first and second half, I was thinking to myself, oh, yeah, this is a fascinating film, really good. I'd probably consider this one of the best sci-fi films of the year. Probably not greatest, but still top 5 favorite sci-fi films of 2016. But then the third act happened, and the film goes from just a fascinating film talking about communication and what it means to communicate with another being that talks through a different unknown language, to a film that was phenomenal. The third act goes to a place that you will not expect. No spoilers, but you will not expect it. It goes to a place that will literally blow your mind. I know people exaggerate when talking about a movie they like, where they say like, oh, it's so good, it will blow your mind. No. This film, it will be like the first time you watched Inception, and when you got the ending, and when you did get the ending, that will be you watching Arrival. Yeah, really, if I just go along like talking more about this film and what I liked about it, I'm just gonna be repeating myself. It's a great character study, and I can see you being possibly bored by it, but watch it throughout the whole thing as it picks up by the third act if you do think it's boring by the first and second act. So, if you're in the mood to watch a sci-fi film that's not just a film where aliens come down and destroy and try to invade Earth, give this flick a watch and see a film that may seem to be otherworldly.